Hello, welcome to Word Empowerment Seminar this beautiful Thursday evening. This is a special edition where we're dealing on what we've been discussing for the past 3 weeks, love and relationship. Today, I'm going to be sharing something that is very, very interesting. That is what I titled, What to Do When You Are in Love with the Wrong Person. Have you ever experienced that? Being in love with the wrong person? Yes, you can definitely fall in love with the wrong person. Now, there's this thing that happens when maybe a guy and a girl is hanging out together for a period of time and they like their chemistry. All of a sudden, they start feeling some level of affection for each other. But that doesn't mean that they are the right people for each other. But before you start thinking even far, let me define who the wrong person is. Because our standard as Christians is the Bible. So everything that we judge, we must judge through the lens of the scriptures. So who is the wrong person? There are just a few categories of people that are the wrong people. First of all, the first wrong person is that, are you married? Anybody that is not your spouse is the wrong person. If you're married, anybody that is not your spouse is the wrong person. But can you love someone that is not your spouse? Yes, you can. I'm going to address that very soon. Secondly, if you are a gender, you can't love the same gender. The Bible is very clear about that. It says a man cannot lie with another man like he's lying with a woman, and vice versa. So when you are feeling an affection for someone that is the same gender with you, then that is the wrong person. And finally, and this is what might be more common, when you are in love with someone that is going a different direction when you're going, basically you're going to Lagos and the person is going to Zamfara, you might just be going the same direction. Let me explain what I mean by that. For instance, you have a calling in your life that you're going to be an itinerant minister. You're going to travel around the world, and you're going to be traveling around the world with your wife, because your wife will be into ministry also, and you knew that very clearly. But you now meet a lady that her dream is to build a career in the oil and gas sector, and she's going to be stable in a location where you know that you're not going to be living. No matter how much you love that person, it's a recipe for disaster if you're going to go on with that person. So you need to understand that you have to align. That's what the Bible meant by do not be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. When an unbeliever here is not basically someone that doesn't believe in Jesus. It's someone that doesn't believe the same things that you believe. Someone that is going north when you're going south. When there's always that conflict, most likely that is the wrong person. So I've already highlighted 3 categories of wrong people. 1, someone that's not your spouse. Someone that's the same gender with you. And someone that's not going where you're going in a different direction. But can you love these people? Yes, you can. If given the right environment, given the right circumstances, you can actually love someone that is not your spouse. I had a conversation, a Christian lady reached out to me some time ago and telling me that she needs help. And what was the issue? She was working in a certain place, and there was this man that was having issues with his wife. And from just talking about how what he's going through with his wife, with her, they developed this affection for one another, that the man loved her and she loved the woman. But that was a wrong relationship, and they went into sexual immorality, and that was eating her up. And she reached out to me. That is the wrong person. But will you say that feeling that they had for each other was not valid? It was valid, but it was wrong. So the first point I want to make to deal with when you're in love with the wrong person is that you need to understand that your desires don't control you, or your desires should not control you. More like that. You can desire many things, but it's only what is in the confine of God's word that you should pursue. You can desire to have 3 wives, but God says that you should have 1. So you have to confine yourself to that one. I know somebody might be saying that, where did the Bible say that? If you're asking that question, you're already in the wrong. So basically, you can desire many things, but whatever you desire that is not in line with God's will for your life, it's not a good desire. So you must identify that it's the wrong desire, and then acknowledge that this desire needs to die. So that's the first thing. You really recognizing that your desire for that wrong person is not right. So when you discover that it is wrong, when you know that it is wrong, what do you then do? The first rule to overcome that feeling of love for the wrong person is that time tests love. Time tests love. That's the first rule. What do I mean by that? If you give time away from that person, over time, that love will dissipate. So what am I saying to you? Detach yourself from the person consciously. It is painful. I can tell you that. It is painful. And I understand how you feel. You really want to be with this person, but the person is wrong for you. The first thing you need to do is to detach yourself from that person. How do you do that practically? 1, stop taking calls from the person. Cry but not pick the calls. 2, don't see the person except it is necessary that you see the person. Don't hang out with the person. So for eventually, I'm working in the same place with that person. I can't avoid the person. No, you can avoid the person. You can avoid the person. Even though you see each other, fight to make your relationship with the person very professional. You're not going to lunch with the person. You're not having side talk with the person. You're basically talking work. And you're talking work in the presence of other people. You are not in a place where you and the person are alone. If they send 2 of you on a trip, on the plane, book. If it's on seat 22, book seat 1. Don't stay close to the person. Only be with the person and have conversation with the person in a professional way, and when other people are with the person. Understand that time will test your love. And if you separate yourself from that person over time, that love will start dwindling. So what am I recommending? That person that you've recognized now that this is the wrong person, it might be a guy like you or a girl like you, or it might be someone that is not your wife or your husband, or it might be someone that you know that you are not going on the same direction. It's very clear to both of you. You're not going on the same direction. What you need to do is just do this. Separate and detach yourself from the person. Consciously detach yourself from the person. By doing this: 1, delete the person's number from your phone, back calls from the person. 2, do not hang around the person. In other words, do not have anything beyond professional conversations with the person for a period of time. And 3, whenever you are thinking of the person, don't feed that thought. Cancel it with another thought that is that the person is not in the picture. Let me explain what I mean to you. So sometimes you just feel like, I wish I can be with this person. Say, no. Maybe I should go and watch a movie. Maybe I should do something else. Think about something else. Whenever you catch yourself thinking about the person, counter that thought. Let me recap. 3 things that you do, and over time, that feeling that you have will dissipate. 1, distance yourself from the person by buying the person's calls from coming to you, deleting the person's number. 2, limit contact with the person, physical contact with the person. What I mean by that is that do not hang out with the person. If you work together, and only if you work together, have only professional conversations with the person, and that's all. But if you don't work together, don't even try to see the person. And finally, 3, whenever the thoughts of the person is in your mind, counter that thought with a less romantic thought. Counter that thought with maybe go and watch a movie or go and do something else, or tell yourself, man, I'm not supposed to be thinking like this, I'm supposed to be thinking something else, and start thinking of something else. If you do that consistently over a period of time, I'm telling you this from not just my experience, from other people's experiences. If you do that consistently for a period of time, and I think about 3 months, you will actually, the feeling of love that you have for that person will start fading away. And with time, you will overcome that person's that feeling, that you now start seeing the person as a normal human being, not somebody that you love. I hope that helped you. If you're experiencing that right now, I want you to begin to do it. And you will see that over time, you would actually overcome that strong feeling that you're feeling for the wrong person. So this is what empowerment seminar, and you can watch us every Thursday by 5:30 either on YouTube or on Facebook. And also, if you are in Enugu, we would love to worship with you in the Cornerstone Church. It's a very lovely place that you want to be part of. And this Sunday we're having a special service, so don't miss out on it. You can also watch us if you're not in town in Enugu. You can watch us online on our YouTube channel, the channel they're watching me on right now. So make it a date with us. We have 2 services every Sunday, 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Can I pray for you? I pray that God works in your heart, that feeling that you have for that wrong person would start dissipating by the power of the Holy Spirit. I also pray for you that you would experience love in the real sense with your spouse or with the person that you are meant to get married to. And I also pray finally, may your best life be your daily experience.